everyone, and yes, you read the title right. Today I am going to be sharing every single eyeshadow palette that I purchased in 2018. So I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little bit embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed, a little proud, and a little bit excited to share this video with you guys. 2019 is going to be a very different year for me. This is one of the steps that I'm taking to kind of get in a different mindset about my makeup collection, because right now my makeup collection is insane. We're living with my husband's parents. We're going to buy a house soon, which means we're going to be moving again. I have become more aware of not only like the amount of makeup I have because we just moved it and we're going to be moving it again, but also the amount of makeup I have that I don't use and I don't even know if I like. And this is, like I said, this is just one step in me kind of changing my mindset about the way that I think about my makeup collection and purchasing makeup. I thought it would be fun to go through every eyeshadow palette that I bought in 2018. Holy cow, I have a whole box full, which I don't even know if I can lift it. Oh my god. See? Whew. Okay, a disclaimer quick. There are a couple palettes in here that I received in PR, but I will mention those. But I wanted to include those just because even though I didn't purchase them, they still came into my collection. I don't get a ton of PR, so if I did, I probably would do like a separate video for that, but since I just got a few, I will include that in this video. But like I said, I'll mention that, but still, like 99% of these palettes I bought myself, and I don't actually know the number either. So I went through my collection obviously and got them all together, but I didn't count them yet. So at the end of the video, maybe let's just jump in and start talking about all the palettes that I bought in 2018. Okay, so right on the top here I have my two most recent purchases. This is the Cranberry eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona and the Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions eyeshadow palette. So these are both my first eyeshadow palettes from these brands, so these are kind of significant and exciting for me. I've played with this one enough to know that it's stunning and beautiful and amazing and I love it. I haven't played with this one at all yet, so I can't give you any little review on that, but I love also that these are tiny because I've been really into smaller palettes lately, but also really interesting color stories, if you know what I mean. I'm sure you will see a trend as we go along. I can talk about this one because I just finished my review on this one. I will link it up here if you haven't seen that yet. This is the James Charles and Morphe collaboration palette, and this is what she looks like. Like I said, I did a full review with a lot of comparison swatches to other Morphe palettes and other colorful palettes, so make sure you check out that video if you're interested. But yes, bought this one. I have the Juvia's Place Afrique eyeshadow palette. Juvia's Place is a brand that I tried for the first time in 2018, and I have a few more from them, but this is what she looks like. Not my favorite one from Juvia's Place, I will say right off the bat. I enjoy the brown neutrals more. I feel like these, like blue, green, and yellow especially, are a little bit harder to work with compared to her other palettes, but that could just be the nature of the color. I don't know, but that's just my observation. This is really pretty though, and I enjoy it. I also have these on top. These are on top because I just talked about them in the brands I wanted to try in 2018 review. So my other one from Juvia's Place, this is the Douce palette. I believe that's how you say it. Really pretty one. I actually used this shimmery metallic duochrome whitish pink on my inner corner today. And I also have the Saharan 2 by Juvia's Place, another really pretty color story. I just love it. And then I have the Magic by Juvia's Place, and look at the size of this. There's a Magic Mini, which is probably like still a lot of eyeshadow, but this is huge. Anyways, these are beautiful, beautiful palette, beautiful packaging, just absolutely stunning. So love Juvia's Place so much. I also mentioned in brands I wanted to try in 2018, Violet Voss. I purchased the Flamingo eyeshadow palette from her summer release. This is such a beautiful one. I am going to be using this in a tutorial in the next month or so. I want to do some more winter looks with summer palettes, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'm super excited for this one because I adore this palette. And then I also got from Violet Voss the Rainbow palette, which is another one that I'm really enjoying. I actually am wearing this shade Flamingo on my eyes over some other stuff that I have on, so that is another one that I do reach for quite a lot. One that I don't reach for at all, and I kind of forgot that I bought, is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne palette. This is a beautiful palette. I mean, I don't know if beautiful is the right word. It's kind of like hectic. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, and it wasn't as good as some Urban Decay products, and I didn't feel like every shadow in here was the best it could be, and I didn't feel like all the shadows really went together like at all. So some of the shades, yes, but some of them are just like this, like what is that? Like, you're not going to give me any more matte neutrals to work with other than this. I know she has a separate matte neutral palette. I own that too, but Like, that just is kind of weird. I don't know. I just don't reach for this one as much as I probably should. I have 4 of the 10 pan palettes from Wet n Wild. I didn't even know. I don't know how I acquired all 4. Like, I feel like this was one that I was like, I don't need all of those because it's Wet n Wild. I can always buy them later, whatever. Well, apparently I did need them because I have them all. I think this is all the ones they have. I know they're just releasing new ones though. I don't have those yet. This is not a basic peach with that pop of blue. I didn't find that pop of blue to be especially amazing. Like, it's not the best blue ever. But all of the other shades are nice. The mattes are so nice. I love that they added more transition matte shades in their 10 pan palettes. That's fantastic. I got the Comfort Zone version, which I already have the 8 pan version of this, but I wanted to get this version, which I don't think I've even actually used this yet. So that's nice. This is Rosé in the Air. This is the one that's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. Very similar colors in that one, really pretty. Again, have I used this? I don't think so. And then we have the Nude Awakening. This one they had, I believe it was a 10 pan. It was like a different format of an eyeshadow palette that they used to have, and I have that one too. So I guess I thought I needed this one. Again, I don't think I've touched this. See, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this, because this is nuts. I don't even know. Here's one that I received in PR. I actually became an affiliate with Sigma this year. This is the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2. Such a beautiful palette. Really love this one. Again, I received this in PR, so I didn't purchase it, but totally would because it's really, really good. I have a eyeshadow palette from an indie brand. This is by Krisanna and Cosmetics. This is the Olympus eyeshadow palette. This is what she looks like. She's very pretty. I haven't used this one a ton. I've used it a couple of times, and I also, when I purchased this, I also purchased a bunch of singles from Krisanna and I like the singles a lot more than I like the palette, so I've kind of prioritized using those, but I do definitely need to use this more, test out every shadow, and really figure out what I think of it, because it's pretty, it's nice. So yeah, and I believe her brand is fairly affordable too. From Makeup Revolution, I have the SophX collaboration. This is Soph Does Nails, I believe is her name. She's a YouTuber, and she collaborated with them to create this palette. And is this the only Makeup Revolution palette I bought this year? I think it is, but I could be wrong, but I think it is. This is really nice. I love this palette. I feel like it just has everything that I need for a complete makeup look, as far as like matte neutrals, base shades, transition shades, shimmer shades, and colorful shades. So I really do love this palette. I think this is awesome. I know she did a second collaboration with them, and I don't think I'm gonna buy that because I don't need to. Like, I have everything I need and want in this one, so I'm good. But yeah, this is a really nice, beautiful one, and a huge mirror too, which is awesome. So I purchased the Latte palette from Dominique Cosmetics, and I love it. This is what she looks like. Super pretty. There's mostly matte shades, 3 shimmer shades. The shimmer shades are kind of similar, but really good quality, like bam in your face, and then the matte shades are really nice as well. They blend really well together, and I love like the little bit of pops of color, but it's like wearable color. I really like this palette. So yes, I got this one this year, and then I also got the Lemonade palette. I could not help myself. The color story in here was so beautiful. So beautiful. It like blew me away, and I was like, I have to have that. This is another one that I love. I want to pull this out and try to do a winter look with this one too. That'd be fun. But yes, this is a fantastic, beautiful palette. I have the Alamar Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This is the Reina del Caribe Volume 1, so I cannot wait to see what she comes out with next. This is so beautiful and so stunning. She also released eyeshadow brushes when she released this, and I bought those, and I love those. So again, I just cannot wait to see what else she has in store for us. This is amazing, beautiful. Yeah, love it. This doesn't want to stay up. Should it just be down? Should we just do that? Is that what you want? Okay, fine. Actually, that feels way more comfortable. Sweet. Okay. I bought this from TJ Maxx. This is from Mally Beauty. I don't think I've tried anything else from this brand, and I'm not 100% sure why I bought this, except that it was like $5, and I just guess I thought I had to have it. It's really pretty. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It comes with this, I think this is like a, yeah, this is a shadow base. It's a cream, like a cream eyeshadow primer, which is cool. Kind of forgot that was in there, so I need to try this. I think I've swatched it and that's it. So I need to put this to use. It even has a nice little brush. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed about that, but I'm just being honest in this video. This is for me as much as it is for you. So yeah, that's one from Mally Beauty. This is the City Chick I Love Color Shadow Palette. That's what this is called. Alright, I also, oh my gosh, this is exciting. I love this. The Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. Do you guys remember when this one came out? So I pretty much bought this for the packaging, not gonna lie. I feel like anyone who says they didn't is lying, but it's actually a really good palette. The shadows in here are nice. It's a really, like, almost like a pastel rainbow palette. I got some really pretty pastel looks with this, and I'm excited to bring this out in the springtime again because I think this will be great for that. Some really pretty duochromes, some really nice mattes, and really pretty shimmers. Going through this, I realized I didn't buy really very much from Too Faced at all in 2018, which is crazy because they released a lot, but I didn't buy that much. But this one I really like. I really like this one. So that's cool. It looks so pretty on my shelf, doesn't it? Another one that I bought pretty much for the packaging, and I'm probably going to keep pretty much for the packaging, is by Tarte. This is the, I don't even know what this is called, Be a Mermaid and Make Waves eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like. I wish I could say that I love this palette as much as the Too Faced one, but I don't. It smells really good and it's nice, but it's just not that interesting. Like, the shadows in here are not that different from a lot of other stuff that I have. So just being honest in that way, it's probably why I haven't used this a ton. I have used this a bit, enough to know that I like it. Like, the quality's there. It's just mostly about the packaging. How do I feel about that? Like, I don't hate myself for that. It just kind of is what it is, but the reality of my life is that I shouldn't be buying makeup just for packaging, especially if it's this kind of price. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna love it because I do love it. Like, whether it's just because of the packaging, maybe it is, but I love it and I'm gonna keep it. But it's also not practical to do that a lot, so I don't know, this is special, but look at that, it's so pretty. I bought two little Lorac palettes. This is the DTLA Urban Artist, Your LA Experience, blah 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 palette. These are actually kind of multi-purpose palettes because they have a highlighter shade and a blush in them here. I bought these at Nordstrom Rack. Again, they were on sale. That was my only reason for buying them. I love Lorac so much, but I hadn't bought these yet, but then when I saw them there I was like, well, now I have to buy them because they were on sale, and that makes sense. And the other one I have is the Beverly Hills Sophisticate, and this one has a blush and a bronzer in there, and I haven't used either of these very much at all. Another one that I have not used very much because I don't actually like it is this little one by e.l.f. This is, it just says Necessary Nudes. I don't know what the official name is. This is what it looks like, and these were just very lackluster. The shimmers were pretty much crap, and the mattes are okay, but there's really only two. Like, these two shades aren't different enough, and then these are like the only two shades you have to work with, and the shimmers are not worth anything. So unfortunately this one was kind of a fail for me. The packaging is real cute. That's about it. I have three from Wet n Wild. These are their 4 pans that came with their summer collection, Flights of Fantasy or Flights of Fancy or something like that, was their summer collection. So these are limited edition. I'm not sure if they're still available, but I really did love these. This is Hasta La Costa, baby, Hasta La Costa. Really pretty colors in there. If you're looking for some fun, shimmery, bright pops of color, this is really beautiful, and the shimmers in here are stellar. This one is in Flock Party, and this last one is Stop Ruffling My Feathers. Speaking of Wet n Wild, let's just keep on going. I have all of the Zodiac eyeshadow palettes that they released. So this is the Earth one, and these are very interesting because, as you can see, they are 6 different colors, but they're all in the same pan, and that makes them kind of hard to work with, unfortunately. I don't reach for these at all anymore because of that. They're really pretty, and like swatching them, they're stunning. They're so hard to work with. It's so hard to get the colors you want that I just don't reach for them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't feel like I would even pass these on to somebody else because they're so hard to work with, so I'll probably just keep them. This is the Air. Again, really beautiful shadows. They're really beautiful. They're just, the way they're set up is weird and not practical. And this, which one is this? This is Water. And this is Fire. I have a palette here from Pure Cosmetics. This is the Visionary palette, and this is a beauty. I love this one. Oh my gosh, look at her. She's so pretty, and these pans are removable, and this palette is just like one of my favorites. I really love this one. So I'm glad I got this. This was kind of an impulse too. I think I saw this and I was like, that needs to be in my collection, and I bought it because it's just beautiful. This is what I go to when I feel like I want to buy the Naked Cherry palette. I go to this one because I feel like I pretty much have everything that I would need, that I would get from that palette in this palette. So yeah. I bought this palette from a new brand. This brand is called By Nubia or Nubia. It's an indie brand. I saw this on, I think it was Angelica Nyquist did her new makeup releases going on the Wishlist or Nah video, and she talked about this palette and I was like, oh, that's really pretty, I want to buy it. So I bought it, and it's, like I said, it's a brand new brand, so I don't know if they even still exist or what. This is stunning. It reminded me of Juvia's Place, and honestly these shadows remind me a lot of Juvia's Place shadows. They're very, very comparable. These shadows are amazing, and yeah, I need to use this more. I need to say that every time, but like, yeah, this is really pretty. If this is still out there, I will link everything that I'm talking about in the description box so you can check it out, and if I can find this one I will link it. I definitely would recommend you check out this brand. It's really fun. Next I have the Love You So Mochi by NYX. Do you remember when this one came out? This palette was different because the shadows are kind of like squishy. They're a little bit like ColourPop Super Shock shadows kind of in their formula, and they're very light. They're like light washes of color. I would call this maybe like a spring pastel kind of a palette, and what I use this for, what I used to use this, which I haven't reached for it in a while, I use this just to kind of pat, like as an eyeshadow topper type of a thing. So it was interesting and cute, but it's just not like, it's not a must-have, but it's cute. And it's different. I think the reason I bought that was because it's different from what we normally have been seeing, so that's always fun. I did receive some PR from CoverGirl. I have the Katy Kat palette. This is Cool Cat? Katy Kat palette? I don't know. This is really cute, and the shadows in here are quite nice. I'm not going to lie. These are beautiful shadows, especially with like a wet base and you pack them on the lid and they pack a real punch. So these are really pretty. I also have the Smoky palette from CoverGirl. This one, again, the shadows are very pigmented and very beautiful. It's just, you know, if you want these colors, that's that. So again, I got those in PR. I did not purchase those, and I have one more somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Alright, here's the other one. This is another Katy Kat palette. This one's called Hot Cat, and this is what it looks like. Again, really nice shadows. This one has more mattes. It's more like neutral, kind of wearable. Just, I like it. I'm glad that they sent me these because I would never have purchased something like this on my own, but I do like them. I have two Wanderlust palettes from Flower Beauty. I don't know if you can see, but the glass has come off of the packaging, so that's kind of annoying. This is what it looks like. This is LA Hollywood Hills. These are nice. These are fun. I think they're on the right track with these palettes. I don't reach for these as much as some of my other smaller ones because I think there's like a limited amount of looks you can get with, especially this one. They're really pretty. Like this shadow is absolutely stunning, and this one is really pretty. They're really pretty shadows. It's just a matter of if you're gonna use the colors and if you're gonna enjoy having those colors to work with. And a lot of times it can be fun to have a color story that you're not used to just kind of force you to get out of your comfort zone. I personally enjoy that, and that's kind of why I bought these. This is the Austin Downtown Dusk palette. Alright, we're getting down there, but we're not really there yet at all. Okay. I have this one from Essence. This is one of their, it says my must-have palettes, but what it is you buy the palette separately and then each shadow you buy separately, and these are actually blushes and a bronzer, and then these are shadows, and so I bought all of these separately at Ulta and put them in this palette. So I kind of created my own palette. I don't think that I meant to like create this palette with this color story because it doesn't really make sense, but I still need to work with these shadows more to tell you guys what I think. So these are these. I feel like these are pretty powdery. Like even just opening it was like powder everywhere, so that's weird. But I need to try these more, and I need to try the face shades as face shades and as eyeshadows, so I will definitely have to do that, but that's this one. I also have a couple more from Essence here. Let me see. So I have these two neutral ones from Essence. This is the All About Bronze eyeshadow palette, and this one is All About Vintage. This is All About Vintage, and I have to say these are nice palettes. They're very, very affordable, but the way I would recommend using them is if you're someone who's like one shadow. if you do a one shadow look a lot, you're interested in just like a really pretty wash of color, something that maybe you don't do a lot of blending, you don't need mattes and shimmers, and you don't care about any of that, you just want like something pretty on your eyes, these would be great for that. They're very user-friendly in that way. It's hard to get a very interesting look with them because they almost blend together into like nothingness. So if you're like a simple makeup person, if you're like somebody who just, like I said, wants like a wash of color a little bit, something like that, these are nice, but these are not my favorite because of that reason, just because I want more than that. So that's my thoughts on these. And I also had this cute little All About the Magical Forest from Essence. Oh my gosh, why are these so hard to open? And this is what it looks like. And again, this is similar idea. It's really pretty for like a nice wash of color, but once you try to like combine colors or blend the shadows, it doesn't really work. So that's just what I've noticed. That's just my personal opinion, but it's cute and I love the colors. Here it is. This is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne matte eyeshadow palette. This is the Daydream one. So she came out with that colorful one that I showed you, and then she came out with this 5 pans of neutral matte eyeshadows. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. It looks like frosting on the outside and then like floral on the inside, and it comes with a brush. I love that. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just very like boring. Actually, you know what? I need to compare this shade to the shade Bloom in my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette because they remind me a lot of each other. Ooh, I'm excited to do that. I'm gonna do that. Yay. I don't know if I mentioned with the Kristen Leanne one, but the reason I bought both of these is because they were 50% off on Ulta, I think. I had had my eye on them for so long and I never bought them, and then when they went on clearance, then I finally did. So that was just throwing that out there. I have this one from Pacifica. This is the Crystal Matrix Mineral Eyeshadows, and I do need to try this more because as of right now I don't love this. I feel like this is kind of like the Essence ones, only worse. Like this doesn't even give you much of a wash of color at all, and I bought this because of the colors, like this yellow and the purples. It reminded me of the Kylie like one of those Stormy palettes that she came out with last year, so, or earlier this year, but it just hasn't so far had any pigmentation. So I do need to really put this to the test and decide what I think of it, because it could be really pretty, but I just don't know. So that's that one. I bought this one from Persona Cosmetics. This is the Identity palette, and I don't think I've talked about this on my channel at all, have I? I'm not sure if I have. I think a lot of these I never have mentioned, just who knows. But this is really beautiful. This is a really nice one. I haven't used it a ton, but I've used it enough to know that it is stunning, and I would definitely recommend this for like a neutral lover, a beginner, if these colors are calling you, or if you want to try Persona Cosmetics. This is all I've tried from the brand, but I'm definitely interested in trying more because I do enjoy this palette a lot. I have this one from ColourPop. Oh, we're getting into the ColourPop now. You might actually be surprised. This might actually surprise you. Okay, so I have this one from ColourPop. This is the Make Up Your Mind eyeshadow palette, and this is what it looks like. I think I actually got this free with a purchase. If I remember correctly, I believe there was a time when they were giving these away. If you bought something or a certain amount or something, you got a free one. I like this palette. Okay, so I was gonna say I don't think I would purchase it, but I would because I actually really do like this, and I love how small it is. I love that. Can we just keep getting that, please, in 2019, because I love the small palettes. Okay, also from ColourPop, I got the Perception Shayla and ColourPop palette, and I have to say, I don't love this palette. I don't love it. I feel like the quality is not as good as ColourPop can do, and I'm not at all thrilled with the color story. So this reminds me, I'm not going to get it now, but this reminds me a lot of the Makeup Revolution SophX collaboration palette. Like a lot of the colors are identical, and they're better in that one. So that's just my opinion, like they swatch better. So I think I might end up like passing this on to somebody who would really love this in their collection, because I'm never going to reach for this. When I look at my ColourPop palettes, this is the last one I ever want to reach for. So unfortunately this one didn't work out for me, but it's not bad. It's just, I mean, I have a lot of ColourPop palettes, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it, I'm just saying it's not my favorite. Okay, and then I only have one more palette from ColourPop. Alright, you're not going to believe it, but I only have one more palette from ColourPop. I have the Zodiac palette. That's the only other one I bought this year. They released quite a lot, and spoiler, I'm going to be doing a video on everything that ColourPop released in 2018. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. A lot of their releases were so similar, and this one was different, and it was Kathleen Lights, whom I love, and it was Zodiac, which I love. In fact, this is probably going to win prize for best packaging next to Dream Street. Dream Street was pretty amazing too, but the packaging is just absolutely amazing. It's just so beautiful. Each little individual illustration is really neat. So anyways, this is what it looks like, and this is again not a favorite. I do probably need to make myself use this. This is one that I'm not drawn to using. Like Dream Street draws me in. This one is just kind of like, oh, no thanks, next. You know, that's not to say it's a bad palette. The color story doesn't draw me in. So that's just how I feel about this one. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. We're almost done. I have this one from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. and Kristen collaboration. I might have used this one once. I have a couple more from e.l.f. These are Mad for Matte, and I'm 90% sure I bought these in, well, one of them I know I did buy this year, and the other one I'm not 100%. Alright, so this is the one that came out in 2018, so I know I bought this one in 2018. This is the Jewel Pop eyeshadow palette. This is all matte, obviously Mad for Matte. Stunning, stunning, beautiful matte, colorful shadows. So beautiful. Yes. And the other one is the Holy Smokes. This is the one I'm not sure if I bought this year or last year, but I think it was this year. And it doesn't even look like it's been being swatched. Oh, here is a Wet n Wild 5-pan and hooked on vinyl. I'm not sure. It says it's new, but it doesn't say limited edition, so this must just be from when they reformulated, repackaged, and everything there. 4-pan palettes. I have the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag eyeshadow palette. Do you guys remember this? I really enjoyed this palette. Not a huge fan of Manny, but I enjoyed this palette. I did 3 looks with it on YouTube, and I have more on Instagram that I did too, because it's just really a fun palette. I really like it. I also compared this one to the James Charles Morphe palette in my review, so check that out if you're interested. From BH Cosmetics, this is the Studio Pro palette. Ultimate Artistry Shadow Palette. I'm embarrassed already to open this one because I know I have not used this once, and it is so beautiful. One of the shadows came broken, so that's why that's there, but it is so beautiful, and it just looks like the potential is literally endless, and I'm ashamed of myself for not having used it. And it's also cool because it has metallics, mattes, soft shimmers, and intense duochromes. So it's got quite the variety of finishes, and obviously the variety of colors too in there. So that is the Studio Pro Ultimate Artistry palette, and I need to use this more. Another one from BH Cosmetics. This is the Weekend Festival palette, and this is another one that I need to use more. This one actually had 3 shadows broken when I bought it. I bought both of those from Kohl's, but the 3 ones that were broken were all shimmers, so I just kind of press them back in, so that's what that is. This is another one that I don't know if I've actually used this once. Gosh, it's pretty though. So pretty. This is helpful because I'm seeing what I need to use. Okay, it's also kind of stressful, kind of helpful, whatever. I have these 2 from Maybelline. These are actually really, really good, and I'm glad I bought these because at first I was not expecting them to be as good as they are. I think the Drugstore has really upped its game, or drugstore brands are really upping their quality of shadows, especially matte. Well, matte and shimmer, really, they're improving them a lot. Like, I didn't expect any of these shadows to have the pop that they do. They really are great. So I'm really glad I have these palettes, and the shimmers are stunning too. Here's the Grape Soda one. Again, just really good quality shadows. That's all there is to say. Just really good quality shadows. Okay, getting down to the wire. I did buy the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault collection when it finally released. It's funny because I was very irritated with that whole situation. I know a lot of people were, but I could not deny the fact that these palettes just really called to me. They really were something that I could see myself loving and getting a lot of use out of, and the small palette, again, is something that I like. Not that these are the smallest of small, but they're smaller than most of Morphe's palettes, you know. So this is the Vault, and this comes with 4 palettes, and this is curated by Jaclyn Hill, if you didn't know, and I do know you can buy these individually at Ulta. So this is the Ring the Alarm. This is Armed and Gorgeous. This one is called Bling Boss. And this one is called Dark Magic. I don't feel like these are as good as the original Jaclyn Hill palette, but I do enjoy them. I haven't used these that much. I've used them enough to know that I struggle with them more than I did with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I would recommend the Jaclyn Hill palette, like the original one, before these. But if you see one that you really love and that you love the color story, then go for it. from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They released a good amount of stuff this year. They released a Soft Glam, which I purchased immediately, and I love it. I think I love this one even more than the Modern Renaissance. I feel like this has pretty much everything that that one has, plus way more. So that's just my personal opinion, but I love this palette. And then I also purchased Norvina, of course, and this is what she looks like. And again, I really love this one. I really love it. I've used this quite a bit. I feel like I can create so many looks. I love that there's purples and pinks in there. I feel like that's something that got overlooked. Like people were like, there's not enough purples, but I don't think it's supposed to be a purple palette. It's supposed to be purple leaning neutral palette, but it's also kind of a pink leaning neutral palette. And it's just so freaking pretty. I love this palette. This is stunning and amazing. So highly recommend this one. So I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I did talk about this in the haul, so I won't spend too much time talking about it, but this is what she looks like. And now I'm going to have glitter all over my hands, but that's okay. Really stunning. I think they did a really good job of releasing interesting and fun palettes this year, and I'm glad that they weren't all just like neutrals. I don't know. I just love Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's one of my favorite brands. So yeah, this is their holiday release too, so I believe this one is limited edition. I'm not 100%, but I think it is. That's that one. Very beautiful, and I am enjoying it so far. Then I have a bunch from, let's see, okay, so I bought this one from e.l.f. pretty recently. This is the Rose Gold Sunset palette, and I haven't actually tested it out at all yet, but I just bought it, so you know, I have an excuse. This has mattes and shimmer shades in it. It looks like kind of a variety of finishes, possibly. That's what that one looks like, and I just was drawn to it because of the variety of finishes, and also the packaging is different. I rarely love e.l.f. eyeshadows, so I'm always interested in trying as they continue to release new things and change their formulas. I'm always interested in trying them, so that's why I got this one. I also recently purchased this LA Colors palette for $2. This is the Brilliant Queen, and I've only swatched it, but it's not brilliant. I haven't fully tried it yet, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot, from Lorac, I also have their Pro 4 eyeshadow palette. And this is what it looks like, and I have actually gotten a lot of use out of this one. I love Lorac, even though it may not be like revolutionary or something that is that different from other things that have come out. I love it, and it's stunning, and I love Lorac. This is like a go-to. If I'm putting my makeup on because I'm going somewhere, doing something, this is the type of palette that I will use because it's very wearable, user-friendly looks that are absolutely amazing and stunning, and I love the matte shadows, and I love the shimmer shadows, and I just love it. I love it so much. So I tried Profusion Cosmetics, and it's interesting because I've tried them before. They're coming out with some new really cool stuff. So they have this palette that is the mattes palette, 10 pan of all sort of warm tone mattes, and then we have the Royals, which is this one, a lot more colors, and there are shimmers and mattes, and these shimmers in here are absolutely stunning, really breathtaking. Like, they're beautiful. This one's like a duochrome. The mattes are really nice, and they work really well. Really love these ones, which is why I went ahead and I bought these two. And these ones I can't give you a full review on because I'm still trying them out. My first impression was that the mattes in this one was not as good as the ones in the smaller ones. So I hope that that's not true. I hope that was just like a wrong first impression. But anyway, so this is the mattes palette. The packaging is really nice and sturdy too. Like, it is plastic, but it feels really nice. Like, it's not flimsy, you know what I mean? And then I also got the Berries. This one comes with a brush. Well, they both came with brushes, and this one has mattes and shimmers, and look at how pretty that is. Just such a pretty color story. So I haven't tried this one at all yet, but oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe I just did that. I'm so exhausted right now. I can't believe all the palettes I bought, and I can't believe all the palettes I had to say, I need to try this more. That's ridiculous. I don't know what the number is, but you do, because I'm probably keeping tabs on the screen, so... Okay, so I just counted them all. If I'm not mistaken, and not including the ones I got in PR, I think I got 67 eyeshadow palettes in 2018. I don't know if I deserve a round of applause or a slap in the face or maybe just a glass of wine, but like, wow. That's honestly more than I thought. I was guessing maybe like 50, and that's a lot. That's more than I thought it was gonna be, and I'm kind of shocked. Most of these are all good size eyeshadow palettes, but these are huge. So that was my 2018 in eyeshadow palettes. And that's not even all the makeup I bought, that's just eyeshadow palettes. And I'm not even gonna do all the makeup I bought in 2018, so don't ask, because that's I probably can't handle that. And that's not including single eyeshadows. And so that was kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like I learned a lot about myself, and I feel like I have a lot to think about. I think 2019 is going to be the year of not buying a lot. One of my main goals in 2019 is to get organized in general, just to focus on organization, and I think this will affect the way that I think about makeup for sure. This has definitely opened my eyes, and 67, it's insane. I mean, that's like more than one palette a week. I'm not trying to shame myself or shame anybody who buys this much or more makeup. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's what makes you happy, as long as you're cool with it, as long as you're cool with spending that money and having products that you probably won't use in your collection. Honestly, I'm okay with having some things that I know I'll never use up, but I don't want to have products that if I don't know whether or not I love them, I want to know everything that I have. So even if I have a million things, I want to know each thing. Do you know what I mean? I want to be able to think of it without having to look through my collection. I want to be able to think, okay, this is the palette that I need to complete this look, or this is the shadow. And right now I just have way too much for that. So I need to slow down my spending, slow down my intake, and focus on what I have, and that's my goal. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot, and I want to know if you liked it. And I'm sure there are people that won't, but that's okay. I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think your number would be? If it's not eyeshadow palettes, what is your advice? Because obviously mine is eyeshadow palettes. That's what I'm drawn to. What is it for you? Is it lip products? Is it highlighters? I know for everyone it's different. I would love to hear what your thing is that you probably bought the most of in 2018, and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I have a bunch of really exciting fun videos coming up in 2019. I'm so excited for all of them. I'm really trying to switch up my content and my way of thinking, and just everything is getting switched. So please make sure you're subscribed if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all very much, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.